This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 280 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. This tip is sponsored by the Yellow Horse at theyellowhorse.com. Enjoy today's tip. Hi, this is Glenn the Geek from Lexington, Kentucky. Well, today we have a returning expert with us, and that's Linda Hauck. Linda was on the show once before, I believe, and she's the owner of Tapestry Equine Services, and she's passionate about eventing and thoroughbreds. In 1983, Linda was a member of the Junior Ontario 3-day event team, and in 1984, she received her A-level in Pony Club. And over the years, Linda has successfully trained and competed more than 100 horses. This has given her a wealth of experience and knowledge to draw from, and Linda has trained horses with such world-renowned riders as Mark Todd, Lucinda Green, Torrance Watkins, Albert Vaughan, John McPherson, and Peter Gray. In 1991, Linda also obtained her thoroughbred trainer's racing license, and she's had many winners there in the finish line of many races. And she also, one of those winners included the stakes winner, My Imperial Gem. And we're going to get to Linda and her latest training tip right after we speak about the Yellow Horse. You know, if you're looking for anything in the horse world, you need to check out theyellowhorse.com. Picture an online yellow pages for the horse world, and that's whether you're looking for horses for sale, or you're looking for a new trainer like Linda, or a place to board your horse, or a trail to ride on. You'll find that and so much more at theyellowhorse.com. And what makes this website different than others is it's research-based, meaning there's actual humans looking this stuff up, making sure it's accurate, it's not a dead link, things like that. So they do the work for you, and they research all these horse farms for boarding, training, lessons, trainers, and they also do the research for and have one of the largest listings of shows and events across the United States and Canada. They have more shows and events listed for 2010 than any other website. So it's research-based, they have actual humans working on it, and the thousands and thousands of links that you'll find there you can believe are accurate, and the information is as up-to-date as they can get it. So whether you're looking for a barn, a trainer, a lesson, a trail, or anything really in the horse world, a show, you want to check out theyellowhorse.com, and I think you'll like what you find. So hop on over there to theyellowhorse.com. And now here is Linda. Well, hi, Linda, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily.
Hey, good afternoon, Glenn. Glad to be here.
It's good that we have you back, and you do all that training up there in Canada, and certainly this is your time of year when it's warmer and you can actually get to the people's places without 10 feet of snow. And it's one of the most beautiful times of year in Canada as well.
Yeah, no, we've got some fabulous weather happening up here now, and we're outside most of the time now, which is absolutely fabulous.
I think you guys don't ever go inside between about June and September. You try and stay outside as much as possible because there's so much inside for you in the wintertime. So. Yeah,
no, you're absolutely right. As soon as the snow leaves, everyone's rushing to get back outside.
Well, now, okay, so what are we going to help people with today?
Today we're just going to talk a bit about the basic jumping technique.
Okay.
Two of my favorite clinicians that I have had the good fortune of riding with were Mark Todd, who is double Olympic gold medalist for eventing, and Albert Vaughan, who was the silver medalist at the Sydney Olympics. And we're fortunate enough that there's a private farm up here in Ontario that he comes and gives clinics twice a year.
Okay.
What I love about their training style was the simplicity of it. A lot of the time, we'll go to horse shows or we start with a new client, and they're just so busy. They're picking away at their horse. They don't have a rhythm in the canter. They're desperately trying to see a distance. And I thought, these two gentlemen have it absolutely right.
Okay.
What I like to do with the green horses or the green riders or, right up to the most experienced is before you can jump an X, you should be able to canter a pole on the ground. And I know, Glenn, that sounds really straightforward and simple, but you'd be amazed.
Yeah, and you know what? That's not your natural inclination either. Most time it's to trot a pole on the ground.
Absolutely, and I do think the trotting poles are great exercises. All the horses still do it, at whatever stage in their career, because you can do so many different things with poles on the ground. But cantering poles are paramount for both horse and rider, developing their canter rhythm. And what that does then, Glenn, is they start to learn to see their distance and feel their distance, rather than how many times have we seen riders hold. I don't see my spot. Oh, there I see it, kick and let go the horse.
Okay, right. Yep, that's right.
But with the cantering poles, you have to learn to develop your horse's cantering rhythm. And your job as the rider is to get your horse's front feet to the front of that pole, which then, when that does become a fence, it becomes very, very basic and very easy to get to. And it gives the riders a lot of confidence that if they can keep repeating that simple exercise, cantering to a pole, just even on a 20-meter circle, then it's not such a big deal when you're teaching a youngster, a green horse or a green rider, let's start cantering our first fences. Now, another thing that I find paramount with jumping is counting our strides. And anyone that tells you that it really is a waste of time, I'll never forget the time I watched Eric Lamaze, and this is before he won his Olympic gold medal here at a big horse show site in Ontario, Palgrave. And I remember watching Eric come off a big oxer on a turn to a vertical, and I was watching his eyes and his lips, and he was counting out his strides. So typically what we do is we'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is in the rhythm of your horse's canter stride. When you reach 4, you go back and you start counting at 1 again. And what this does, Glenn, is it lets the rider, 1, feel the rhythm of the canter, and 2, they wait for the fence to come to them.
Right.
And it's been an amazing tool that I've picked up, from some of the best in the industry. And you're a sponge as a coach, and you absorb what techniques or tricks work really well, and you pass those on. And that is one of the biggest tools I've been able to pass on to riders. And you can really see in a very short period of time how much more confident they become over fences.
And, it's so simple to do, too. It's not complicated. It's not expensive. It's simple to do. It's just practicing it.
Yeah. So we always start with the cantering poles. Trotting poles are great as well. We count our strides to 4. And another big thing that I thought was absolutely key when riders are teaching their horses to jump, or you're at any level of your horse's career. Albert Vaughan is big on you've got to let your horse's head be where it wants to be. Where is he comfortable with his head when he jumps? Again, we can go to horse shows and we'll see lots of riders want to put that horse in a frame and force that kind of head position. And if you allow your horse, if you ever, just free lunge your horse or lunge your horse over a jump, and you'll see where his head and neck is. Very rarely do you ever see a horse cantering on a lunge line to a jump on the bit.
Right.
And I think that's something key and important to take when we're jumping a horse. And I'm not saying for the hunter ring, because that's a sport that I've never done. I've done the jumper and the pony club and the eventing up to advanced. Really allow your horse to be comfortable in his jumping technique.
Well, there you go. I think that's a great tip. And it's, as I said, it's simple to do. It's not complicated, and it's something that, we should all do. And if you don't have that down, you shouldn't be jumping anyway. So
you're quite right.
And I think that's a mistake that many people make, too. And we've all done when we were little, There you go. All right, great. Well, where can people learn more about you, or how can they get a hold of you?
Well, I have a training website, which is tapestryequine.ca, and they can also find out some information on me on my spur site, which is a brand new spur that I've designed, and it's at spursuader.com.
All right, great. That's spursuader.com. And if they want to hear, we actually did a horse tip daily on the Spursuader. They can go back to episode number 8, and they can listen to that if they want to hear all about the Spursuader. And we had you on. It was a lot of fun. So that's at tackandhabit.com. And I thank Linda for that, and I realize I did misspeak. It was at Tack and Habit that we talked about the Spursuader, which is her cool product, her cool spur that she put together and is marketing. And you can go to tackandhabit.com, episode 8, to find that. Well, thanks again, Linda. And of course, we thank you for listening to all of the different shows that we do on the Horse Radio Network, which can be found at horseradionetwork.com. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a new horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.